I'm a human being first and a music producer second.
The reason why DJ Drama and Don Cannon and the other nigga is not in jail.
We all getting paper right now, but you gonna have money, you gonna feed your kids, you gonna feed your kids' kids.
Welcome back to another episode of the Producergrind Podcast. Carrington and L with me.
What's good, y'all?
Yo, what's good, man? Our guest, this platinum producer, BET Award winner, and co-architect of the Migos sound, has produced for Drake, Young Thug, Future, Pee Wee Longway, Offset, Logic, Rico Nasty, NBA Youngboy, Trey Songz, Kevin Gates, MPA Duke, Schoolie, Blueface Valley, Quavo, Rome Fortune, Cash Out, and Rich Kidz. Please welcome to the show, Done Deal on the Track.
What's good, y'all?
What's good, man? Thanks for joining us, bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate you pulling up.
Yeah, for sure. We saw that you started out the year, with some big success with the culture too, and we just catch up with you how things been since then.
Blessed. I can't complain. I work with this kid named Kris Wu out in China.
Oh,
Song did really, really good out there. It's gonna probably come to America sometime, but it's called T.on.D. or something like that, and it's like on 10 movies out in China right now. So
how'd you link up with someone in China?
Man, actually somebody I work with, this dude named P. Cal, somehow brought it to me. He was like, this beat I did from 4 or 5 years ago. He was like, hey man, somebody wants this beat. I had to remake the beat. I had to do everything because I couldn't find it. I was like, what? They was trying to pay me crazy money off the rip. I was like, all right, let's go.
I'm gonna make it again.
It sounds just like it.
He's rapping in Chinese or
Chinese.
English?
Yep. He's doing an American version sometime this year. But yeah, it's going crazy out there.
You think he'll get a feature on it to bring it to America, or you just gonna do it himself?
I don't know. He has a lot of features for the other songs he's got. He's got Travis Scott. He's got Quavo. He's got some stuff with Justin Bieber. So he's lit out there.
That beat that he's on, is that a different type? Like, can you tell a difference between international music and then, or music like trap beats that go international and then the sound that's like more in the culture?
Most definitely.
What was the difference in that one?
It was it just sounds like real rock and roll trap. So for him, it works. And for movie soundtracks, it sounds really good.
So what's the best way to build relationships with artists? You know what I mean?
Consistency. And don't be too overeager. Don't be the thirstiest person. Just kind of humble yourself and stay quiet and stay down.
What would you say for a guy that's in Iowa? You know what I mean?
All right. So crazy story. The Migos, they got this guy that followed them on tour. He like goes to every city they go to, but in his trunk, he had a whole little studio set up. So he popped the trunk. There was a mic, keyboard, computer, this, that, and the third, and it had a wire in. Now he's on tour with them.
Damn.
You know how he caught their attention? Like
that with the big wire, he put money into it.
Yeah.
It looks like he cares about what he does. So grand gestures do it, but also staying consistent and not being lame.
So showing up to every single tour or every single
that takes money.
Right.
If you said to yourself, I got 25,000, what am I gonna do with it? That's all. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna go buy everything they want to buy, or some people are gonna invest in themselves.
What were some of the first investments you made into yourself? Even outside of producing, if it
equipment. I always got something new. I always thought to myself, what's going to take me to the next level this year? I changed from MPC to Logic to Ableton to Fruity Loops. And this is all over a course, and I spent money every time. I never was like, what can I get for free? What can I download off the internet? You know, it's cool to do that, but then when you really need something and your computer crashes, we can curse, right?
You can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
You're fucked.
Hell yeah. So
wait, you know what question I do want to ask that he said that though? We didn't have this on the slate, but we've asked this before. If your computer crashed right now today, what would you do?
Be blessed, because I always back it up. You dig?
I guess that's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Nah, because I've gone through it. I've had the worst situation. Been in a session with a very big artist, Drake, and the beat that they liked.
How'd you work through that? How'd you like maintain the relationship?
I at the time, it was kind of like, oh shit, it's over with. But now Migos are in with Drake really good, and I'm in with Migos really good. So you know how things go.
Was you couldn't even find the one track?
Bro, it was gone. I'm making the beat as we go.
And it just crashed.
And I saved it like 3 or 4 times. And you know how computers do the fuck shit. So, boom.
So what was the result? What happened? You didn't do something?
I didn't get the placement.
Damn.
Was he looking at you crazy?
Yeah, everybody.
Was this before Versace?
Yeah, no. This was after Versace.
Okay.
Just took that on the chin and had to walk it or brush your shoulders off?
I had 2 bad situations. Another one was I sent this beat to DJ Khaled to get to Drake. And instead he had somebody called AI or something like that. The song came out without me knowing. And the placement I had was with with Drake and French Montana. And they were going crazy. Like my label's calling me. Oh my God, Dunn, you got one. It's going crazy. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You know, you can always tell when they're super excited. And then the next day, I saw all these like things on my Twitter talking about new song. I was like, oh shit, I think this is the Drake shit.
Yeah.
And it's this AI song. I was like, what? They didn't call me about no business. They didn't hit me up. All of a sudden I get the call. Yeah, man. You know, he always likes the beat to come out with him first. You know, it's on radio in Miami, this, that, and the third. They just put it out. Another missed opportunity.
You know how he got the beat?
Through DJ Khaled.
Oh, Khaled sent him the beat too.
I mean, maybe it was just on the computer.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't like to blame people, but mad at Khaled.
So you know, it's a big topic right now being discussed in the communities, you know, royalties and payments and stuff like that. As a producer, what are your, top 2 or 3, streams of income?
Okay. So weed and music go hand in hand. So as soon as I got some big money, I went out to California and invested in weed. When I got back out here, right now I'm investing in the studio. And the other thing I do is help run a nonprofit organization. Taxes and whatnot. So
how's that changed over your career? Like, what were you doing? Probably, how were you spending your checks when you first started off to as of now?
On stupid shit, on diamonds and new cars, and didn't even buy the house, leased the house. And, you spend money fast.
That was
trips out to California. I spent like $50,000 in a month in Cali one time. I was like, wow, I'm done. So older you get, the smarter you get. You did.
How important are the jewels?
I mean, it's something to look at. Make this sound cash, you know what I'm saying? Like, people pay attention to that shit, but it don't matter. If you invest in something else and you got your own style and you do your own thing, you don't need the diamonds. You just need to be diligent and work hard to what you do.
How'd you bounce back? Like after you're having those $50,000 trips, how do you bounce back after that? Like you have a discussion with yourself, you talk, like just to walk through the process.
I just go extra hard. I think to myself, I'm spending $50,000. I'm about to make $50,000 this month. That's like 3 or 4 placements, upfront money. You're back in the game, but you got to be working for it. You can't just go out and spend money and not think to yourself, how am I going to get it back? Like you got to keep it. It looks better in the bank account, to be honest with you.
I always wonder, right? Can the jewelry go back? Like, okay, this is out of season. I don't need this shit. Maybe we can use the money on something else.
now, okay, so gold is always up. If you buy what you're getting in weight in gold, you're good. You can wear your gold around your neck, your chain, your wrist, right, whatever you want. And you're always going to have that money. So if it comes down to the worst, you say this is worth $50,000, drop it. That's the weight.
But it's different when you get customized jewelry with.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Diamonds and all this. This is, I mean, it looks good, but
depreciates.
As soon as you leave, the diamonds are worthless.
For real?
Yeah.
I heard about that. It's like a whole scheme behind it, or some sort of scheme behind it.
It was driven by the market.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't look into it or nothing.
It was Nothing against the Jews. I love the Jews because shout out to all the lawyers and but they found a way to make people feel like that's what you needed. If you want to get married, it takes what? How many years of income? Like a year income salary for a wedding ring or some shit.
Also, the thing I've heard about it is, while we see all these companies, Zales and Jared and all that, there's really only like 2 major diamond companies in the world.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like a monopoly.
But how are they
basically.
worthless though?
I think the actual rock is not a very rare rock. Like I think if you like an emerald is worth more than an actual
way
diamond.
more.
Well,
is.
those
for real?
Yeah.
those 2 companies bought all the diamond reserves, so they drove up the value.
So they can kind of
Yeah.
put a
We getting
Put a
deep on here.
gasket on
People
it.
talking about propaganda. I see a big word on my live.
Do you-
they
are
kind
you-
of can just control the outlet of them.
right.
That's crazy.
Are you married or anything? Like, I'm just curious because I could ask because would you be willing to spend $50,000-$60,000 on a wedding? Like, I know, or $100,000 on a wedding. I talk about this a lot with my friends, and I'm just like,
I would. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. If you love somebody enough, it's not about the money. It's like, this is the only time we get to do this.
You're
That's
also
true.
a good businessman, right?
Very.
And you're generating a lot of value and profile. Would you ever do something like Gucci did, like do like a televised wedding or something like that, if you felt like your brand was worth it?
I don't like TV.
Okay.
I mean, I watch TV, but I don't want to be on it.
you
You
think
know
a
what
lot
I'm
of people are going to tune into a done deal wedding? Either like,
I don't care.
mm.
That's my whole thing. Like, if I cared, I'd go do it. I've been offered the Love and Hip Hops and all that stuff.
Mhm. Just not you.
Not for me.
Nah.
That's dope that you at least you know what's for you and what's not for you, man.
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
where a lot of people fuck up in
Yeah,
a long
I
time
plan on being a director at some point in my life.
Mhm.
And music is a stepping stone. I love music, but it's just for me to get to the next level.
Where'd you learn your business savvy? Like, all your business knowledge? Does that just come from
From the
experience?
streets,
Mm.
from the goddamn hood,
What part of LA you from?
Compton.
I was gonna say Compton. I didn't know for sure, but
Mm.
Yeah.
So you said music's your stepping stone. So what's your end goal? What does 80-year-old done deal look like?
80?
Or 70?
Let's go to 50. 80, I'm pretty sure nursing home. Or, all right,
Forget
Lord.
that.
Let's call it
Forget that.
55. 50, 55, something like that.
Shit, man. I mean, I plan on owning a lot of shit. I plan on diversifying and learning everything that I come in contact with.
Mm. Now, as you step up in business, like as your business savvy, you started forming new relationships. Some of those go good and some of those go bad. How do you navigate, I guess, how do you navigate good business and bad business as the risk gets higher and higher?
good question.
You got to take risk. Scared money don't make money. You put your money out there, it doesn't come back. You learn. If you don't learn, you might be rich than you've ever been. You might make 23 million, 24 million. And if you make that mistake, then it becomes a bigger mistake.
Mm.
So you do it when you got it. You get a little money, you figure out, okay, if I want to invest, I'm going to do this, play the stock market, play whatever you want.
So I wanted to make sure I asked you. You talked a little bit about the studio, right? And this is kind of a new endeavor.
Yeah.
You
New
said you-
studio.
And you
Y'all
said
look out.
you had your business partner with you too. I was wondering if you can introduce him.
Yeah. This is T'Challa right here. Not King T'Challa. Nah. But this is my homie right here. Say what's up, man. No, over here. In the mic. Oh.
How y'all doing? T'Challa, King T'Challa.
Yeah, this is my business partner. Really good guy. Knows everybody.
Did y'all grow up together?
Nah, but we've known each other for about 5 years, 6 years. And, some people you get close to and make money with.
See, I guess that's what I was like leaning or looking for when I was asking you about doing business with other people. Are there any do you listen to your gut more? Are there any sort of like almost like a checklist that people have to go through before you go in to do business with them?
I just have to test your mettle and make sure you're the right person.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like some people, you put them in a situation where you figure out if they're good or bad for you. And this is my boy.
Mm. That's what's up.
So I was checking on your Instagram and I saw you had a couple pictures at the Remy Martin Producer Series.
Yeah.
What's your involvement with that
I mean, nothing too special. Just was there.
You was just there. Okay. So I mean, I didn't know if it was one of those deals. I know they have their signature producers they use to promote the events, and then they just have who they ask to pull up when they get to the city.
They asked me to do one. I plan on doing it.
Oh, so you haven't actually done one yet?
I mean, I was there, but
is that something you're interested in? That's just a good business move, or
you know what? It's more about keeping relationships.
That's a good topic. How important is it? Like, do you see people that go to these type of events actually have success, like as far as building relationships, or anyone that attends those, just in general?
Sometimes, but it takes all the time. You gotta be willing to do it every day. Keeping relationships is a full-time job. He knows. T'Challa, I'm talking about for y'all.
But that's kind of one thing, because, you know, we got our event coming up, which you're going to be featured in.
Yes,
right?
sir.
That VIP Beat Showcase 3.
On the 29th, y'all.
ABS Studios in Atlanta. But, you know, that's one thing we really encourage at our events. You know, we try to make it less about, not so much a competition of beats, but more of a thing where, like, we're going to hear the music, but you need to get out and meet people,
right,
and understand what these events are all about and how to build these relationships.
You're right.
So, like, when you're at these events, or even if you ask to judge beats, you know, what types of things are you looking for from the music itself, but also from the producers as individuals?
To be innovative, but still stay in pocket. Because some people try to go too crazy.
Right.
Like, you hear some people's beats and they're just like too eclectic, and you be like, all right, I get it. And then some people are just too trappy. They sound generic, like everybody else. And then some people find that pocket. And even if they're generic, it's in pocket. But the ones that are outside and they got that different vibe to it, still stay in pocket, you can make hits.
How long did it take you to find that pocket that you're talking about?
Damn. So I've been producing since 2004.
Dang.
And then probably to like 2012 is when I found it.
Dang, I was 7 years old in 2004.
That's when I graduated high school.
Wow.
I actually picked up a pro tip from you when we did your Behind the Beat, the Migos song. So you were talking about how in your transitions, like let's say your last fourth or last eighth,
right
at the end of your bars, you were doing those like Dragon Ball Z noises.
Yeah.
I noticed you put like a lot of effects on them and stuff like that. Now, that's something I really started doing. I didn't do Dragon Ball Z, but I kind of peeped it like, oh, he's doing these certain things. Can you talk about that technique a little bit?
Yeah, man, it just comes with a transitional change. You want to either go up or go down. And going up, you know, is nothing but the best. When you go down, it kind of, you can tell when a beat goes down. Like, you hear it, you be like, oh, I like this part better. For me, I just learned to always go up.
What influences, like, what musical background, like, made you understand how music works and the flow of music? Because I know that, like, I kind of understood transitions more just from listening to EDM music. Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious in that. So I was just
That's
curious.
it. Boom. EDM, pop, Euro. I used to listen to all of that, and I would think, how can I make my music sound like this but still be trap?
Your sound is cinematic. It builds. It breaks down. I've been taken somewhere. You know what I mean? You do more than just drop the drums out on a break.
You right.
Like, tells a story. On
I try to make it into something that you can follow along with. And that's what I want rappers to do too. That's why I like to be in the sessions, because sometimes you get with them and they just be like, boo, 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 boo. And you be like,
it just don't fit on the beat.
That's not it, bro.
But to even say that too, that still comes back to staying in the pocket, because you're able to, one thing we talk about, well, that beat does too much. You can make all that movement without doing too much.
Exactly. And that's what's important to me. Like, even if you go eclectic and you go crazy with the drums on one part, it should be 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, something that doesn't take you out of what you're in. You still need to be in the vibe. You can't just change from one thing to another and you be like, oh. Like, listen to Astroworld, Carousel. it does the right thing.
Transitions at the right times.
Sicko mode. It transitions at the right time. It's a totally different beat.
It's like what, 3 beats in one song? Something
Yes,
like
sir.
That?
You got 3 singles in one song.
Right.
Before we were rolling, you were talking about Mike Dean's role in that and kind of what you know about that. Can you just speak on that?
Yeah, man. He is an excellent producer on those keys. He can't be touched. Mike Dean is one of the greatest I've ever seen work.
Facts.
You did.
So we were talking also before the camera started, man, you got a long catalog. And we were talking about your work with Kevin Gates.
Yes,
and
sir.
it got to be, we were about to ask you, you had so much work that we can't even talk about anything specific. So just, I know you said the Luca Brasi mixtape.
Yes.
and what-
Stranger Than Fiction. I forget 2 other ones, but I've been working with Kevin Gates from the start. Me and him, you know, we got a good relationship.
Well, I kind of want to take it back to when you said from 2004 to 2012.
Yes.
It took you to find that pocket. That's 8 years.
Yeah.
And so what were you doing during those 8 years? Like, I know of obviously
I
making
found
beats,
other
but,
pockets.
you know.
So I did, like, in between that time, like 2010 is when I met Young Thug and the Rich Kidz. And I did I See You and I Got It with Cash Out, Young Thug and all that. So I found this other pocket. But then I understood that it was a time phase. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
when those beats were hard, they were all horns and kind of simple.
It's like an era. Like
Right. It was an era of music. We were the Fruity Swag producers and all that. Like everybody doing this shit. And then we had to, I know. Then we had
Fruity Swag producer just caught me off guard.
I know. That's what it was. G Fresh, what's the dude's name?
I don't know. I was listening to Pop Lock and Drop It this
That was
morning.
my shit. Pop, lock, and drop it.
But
Like elementary
I'm
school
talking
days.
about swag surfing, all that. That's you know, that's when I started, and that's when I started to get kind of like known.
Wait, you did that song?
No,
Oh.
that was KE.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking
Right.
about. But when swag surfing came out, that was a different genre of music. It wasn't the trap. It was just like everybody was happy,
Yeah.
all that shit. But then we had to learn to transition,
Not get stuck in that.
not get stuck in that same vibe. Because I know some producers that were just like, you listen to their beats and they still in 2000 motherfucking 8, 9.
Where does that come from? A mentality, just a different mentality, or how do you evolve? Why does someone evolve and why does another person not evolve? I know it's a.
I take time off. I learn. I work with other producers. I signed like right off the bat when I did the Rich Gang tape. I went from stoner to Rich Gang, you know, and 14 songs on there that all were like very cohesive and dark and, you know, that vibe.
And that was like you birthing a new sound, your new sound kind of thing.
Yeah.
How would you describe your new sound in 2018?
I might be the best. I don't know. I've been like when I listen to my new beats from now to then, I'm just like, wow.
I was gonna say, what's the biggest improvement you've made? Is it sonics? Is it sequencing? Is it instrumentation? Is it sound design?
All of the above. I went away, went and learned piano, went and learned how to mix. Although I mixed stoner and Sheets Working and Hannah Montana and all those songs. My mixes I just hear it. I don't know what it is. It's like
feel it.
sometimes when your ear is right, you don't have to worry about the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people that don't put nothing, no type of plugins on their beats, and their beats are perfect. And you just be like, what the fuck?
You mean like mixing, like EQs,
yeah,
whatever?
mixing. They just know how to level. You're leveling so good, you don't need nothing else.
When you said you went off, you took some time off and really started learning how to play piano. Like, what'd you do? Just go and get lessons, or?
Yeah, I went to Guitar Center. They got the little space in the back. Go get your lessons every Friday.
Just basic stuff. It's like anybody can do that now.
And did you have to learn like, you know, like old school type of music, like classical type of stuff, or like?
I told them I didn't want to learn classical. I told them what I wanted to learn is how to be creative.
That's a different mentality.
And that's what they taught me.
That's a different mentality.
The reason that surprises me is because, you know, I'm doing the educational thing up at University of Illinois, and we have conversations about, we're pushing hip hop into a space where it's largely a rehearsed and learned music. And what you find is there's all these people who have learned how to play music, but don't know how to create music.
Exactly.
So, what is it that you find important about learning music where we know the importance of creating, right? What is the learning, how to rehearse or learning how to play music do for you?
I mean, okay. So what I learned was, first I listened to the music that we make for this time, right? I know that everything is pretty much minor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn the ins and outs of minor. Where can I go with it? How can I make it sound like what I want to make it sound like? And it just, that's how it worked.
Go ahead.
How many lessons would you say you took?
I'd say about 50.
Oh, damn.
So like a whole year pretty much.
Yeah.
How many hours do you say you practiced?
I'd probably say 2 hours a day.
About 100 hours. That's not even, anyone can invest 100 hours.
That's right.
So when you say to make minor sound the way I want to say it, are you able to articulate for us what that is?
I can never really articulate when it comes to my music because I didn't know what to do at first. Like when I used to make music, I just used to play what I felt. I always been able to play what I hear, but I could never articulate it and make it sound like how I wanted it to sound. I think I'm a little bit more fluid with my fingers, and that's all.
That really goes for any craft. Like how you said, anyone can have the perfect technique for a jump shot, but how can you get creative on the basketball court?
Exactly.
That really stands out.
Exactly.
You said that we were talking about the 3 ways you can make money, and then we were talking about the 3 ways you can go broke. You see people go broke. Go ahead and tell them what you just told us.
Women, all 3.
And tell them why.
You buying change, you buying clothes, you buying a new car, you buying a new place for women. Nothing has to do with you. If men listen, if there were no women around, God forbid, niggas would be living in caves. Wouldn't care where they live. They just getting up every day, catching fish and
hair looking crazy.
Not caring.
But do you feel like guys are buying chains, cars, jewelry to impress dudes more than women? Because I see that as well. I'll see my people that I know will do stuff just so they can go to their friends, to the boys.
But guess what it's still for? Behind it all, you may have done it so your boys could be like, damn, this nigga looking crazy. You got the new, all that. You still went out later on that night.
Try to go holler at some women or something.
When the women approach the pack, they looking for the alpha anyway.
That's right.
Right.
It's all women. I love y'all to death. Women are great. They're beautiful. They're soft.
Smell like roses.
Right. I love it. I love it.
He's right though. The house would smell like sweat if it was
straight
not
up. We wouldn't care about nothing. Men without women are
disgusting.
Cavemen. We're disgusting. We wouldn't know what to do on this earth. It would be a terrible place to live.
You've been in a lot of studios. Can't you tell if you've been in a studio where there's like a woman's touch in there?
Yes. I can tell where men have been. It's just like
it smells like
you're not gonna pick.
Oh, you get ready to go to the bathroom. The bathroom always tells the tale.
Banana peels off the floor. You're not gonna motherfucking clean the bathroom, boy.
You had so many sessions. You had no time to pick up that shit.
Come on.
Banana peel all brown and black now.
It's a 2-week-old banana peel. Oh shit. I mean, it just matches the carpet now.
Oh God.
Everything's for women.
You got a women putting the final touches on your studio?
Think about this. Even your mom. When you make a lot of money, what do people do? They buy their mom's houses. They buy their mom's cars. Women. It doesn't matter which side. Even if we didn't have a woman in our life to spend money on, you still spending money on a woman.
Yeah. That's deep.
You did?
Gun deal ain't lying.
Damn, that real talk.
So you having a woman design your studio, putting that. How you gonna get that woman's touch at your studio you're building right now?
Man, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm kind of designered out. I've learned a lot from a woman, so I don't need it.
Oh,
you got it.
All right. Learned all the lessons.
You did.
He said he already learned the lessons.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
He gonna have $1,000 candles everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a dandelion candle from the Swedish Alps.
No, I'm gonna get like the sandalwood, stuff like that. It's gonna smell manly, but
I got you, that balance.
right.
So one thing that's dope about your career is, man, you had those legendary signature Billboard ass hits, legit hits,
Thank
right?
God.
So so Hannah Montana, man, this is a big one. Like that was a linchpin song in the culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
MTV teamed up with the Migos and they had a symphony perform the song live. And you was telling us you had a little bit of involvement with that.
Yeah, they asked me to send what instruments I used so they could use everything that I used. So boom. It was pretty easy. Hey, can you send us the bell that you did? Sent them the bell.
Like
Is
the
that a
actual
guitar or
like
is
the
that-
actual preset.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So they wanted to get it as close as possible. It was just like, I thought it was super dope. I was like, damn.
You were at the performance and everything?
No.
Oh.
You done
But I
any,
saw it.
You done any scoring for films?
I have.
Like
I have.
like the different type of production, like what's his name, Hans Zimmerman,
Yeah.
that type of production.
Well, all right. So when I first started, people may not know this. I worked with Tyler Perry. I worked with this company called Visual Grammar.
Mhm.
And I was doing the music for his plays. And then when I found out that his plays were transitioning to movies, they still wanted to use the same music.
Oh shit.
So stupid check. Stupid.
Was you playing the instruments in high school or anything?
Never.
Just all self-taught.
Yep. I went out to New York one year and my brother was rapping. And I was like, what's all this stuff? He had the everything.
MPC,
The Pro Tools,
everything.
the MPC, the keyboard. I was like, he just let me play around. And the more I played around, the more I started to understand it, the more I was like, I could do this.
Do you know how to use an MPC 2000?
Yes, that's all I had at first. I had an MPC 2000 and a Motif.
Do you have a lot of discs?
So I was a kid, like 17, 18, and couldn't afford the disc.
Yeah.
I paid all the money on the MPC and the keyboard. So, I used to have to like bounce it out right then. I had like my Pro Tools and my I was like, all right. And I always had to resample the drums I had. I used to cut them, sit there. I would be going through songs all day.
That's crazy, man. That brings us to a segment on the Producer Grind Podcast called Overrated, Underrated. With Done Deal on the track. Overrated, Underrated.
On the track.
We present you with 5 topics. You tell us if you think that topic is overrated or underrated. If we think
Okay.
it merits further discussion, we'll ask you to explain.
Let's go.
They over there on YouTube Live, man. What y'all think about that shit?
Y'all see I be in the gym, right?
Nigga stupid.
Dig.
Overrated. Who did this list, man? What fucking idiots came up with overrated, underrated? The Olympics.
Ooh. You know what?
Caught him off guard.
The Olympics. That's a crazy question to ask. But all right, so I'm a history major, and
okay.
The Olympics started in China,
Really?
and I think that Olympian is a good thing. At the same time, it's like a waste of time. It's like, I get it. You guys are out here doing this, that, and the third, but what is it doing for the culture?
You talking about the athletes that are like, if you a speed skater, what is the speed skater doing?
Right. Why?
Same thing what a producer's doing. If
Not
you had
really.
a producer
You're
Olympics.
you're touching people with music. Everybody listens to music.
Well, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a speed skater, I'd be like,
But for kids that's looking up to
Oh,
other
he's going
speed
fast.
skaters, like other kids, like let's say boxing's in the Olympics. If I'm
I mean,
inspired-
boxing is important to the culture too, though.
I guess
it's what culture you tapping into each sport is.
from a historical perspective, I don't know if it's important to the culture, but I think definitely today it is, right?
Yeah.
Like Done Deal could have the song that plays during the Olympics every time
I
they
see
come
what
back.
you're
You know what I'm saying?
Boom. There we go. You made it relevant to me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I was
Olympics.
I know we know there's all these different possibilities. The thing that I remember in my mind, the example that stands out in my mind that knows like, hey, there's so much more to this is I keep thinking of that Kevin Hart Mountain Dew commercial where he's like, you can go, yo, you can go. And I keep remembering that C-Note did the song. And every time I think about that, somebody's getting amped up to that song. Somebody's running, somebody's jogging, lifting weights, and C-Note is making money.
Yeah. But still, who cares about a speed skater?
We apologize to all the speed skaters
If
out there.
if they play your song during that Speed Skaters commercial,
You're gonna be the biggest speed skating fan. You're like, man, I love speed skating.
It's funny. You said speed skating earlier, right? Because we were talking about like what nobody cares about the Olympics until you're sitting there and there's that random
Have
thing.
y'all seen that one shuffle game? Like
Curling? Bro, curling is the
yeah.
truth. Like, they have the technique. Like, that's amazing. You brush ice to make it go. Like, that blew my mind when I first found out about curling. That shit is so crazy. Like, you literally sweeping and helping it go. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
So you got to be the
You ain't
best
never
sweeper. How'd you get so good?
Hey,
Yeah, man. I used to clean houses back in the day.
Sponsored by
Somebody
Swiffer
saw
Sweeper
me.
Jet.
Like if
Somebody saw me sweeping.
If
the
y'all
house.
watch that shit in the audio, the way they be talking to each other, yelling at each other too. Better play it off. Should I play it off?
He's good.
Let's go.
That boy good.
Hey, bro, I just want to say the way you clean up them Cheerios.
Right.
I'm looking to get you sponsored.
Hey, man. I'm thinking you need to try this sport out. I got something.
ahead,
for
look
you.
at
Right.
this.
Like, I
You
don't
know,
know.
I always did think I had a nice technique. Let's see.
My shoulders were moving crazy when I was a baby.
Y'all crazy, man.
I be watching like Taekwondo and karate
Right.
and shit.
Stuff like that.
Boxing.
Like, I don't know, man.
So basically, he just said fuck speed skating. Really.
Yeah, speed skating is for dupes.
As I recall, this might be the overrated, underrated segment.
All right,
on the
let's go.
Producergrind
Come on.
Podcast.
Come on. Here we go.
Overrated, underrated award shows.
I mean, I guess.
That's a new one. Overrated, underrated, or I guess.
I mean, awards,
We
Not that
granted you
important.
one
Not that
BET
deep.
award.
Not that deep.
and I won 2 ASCAP awards,
Mm.
and it's good for the accolades, but
Did you go to the,
Adding that into your title, I'm an award winner. Is that done much for your career?
I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't even tell people who I am when I first meet them.
No, I'm just saying, just people.
No, I'm
knowing
saying
it.
like I don't even. That's not my mindset. I don't. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's not what I'm gonna bring up.
Mm. But hey, man, you know I did win that.
Hey, you know
award,
I won a BET award, right?
What's the atmosphere like at those award shows? Do you feel like it's like a lot of, some of our guests would call it fluffing?
I'd say the one I went to was janky.
The BET Awards?
Yeah.
In Atlanta?
And then ASCAP was cool, but BET was janky. Nothing against BET.
What was janky about it?
I love my people, but niggas.
Yeah.
You know, we just, I don't know.
Gotta do better.
Right. We got to put it together better. You got to, I was supposed to sit here. Well, go up there now.
Mm.
Like, they don't, you know,
That's fucked up.
Right.
that's how the shit
True
goes.
facts, though. Listen, the reason I'm probably sensitive to that is we had a guest one time and I was rehearsing and I misspoke on their awards and they corrected me. And from then on, I was real sensitive. Like, these people work hard for their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I see that, I guess I'm sensitive. Like, yo, you won a BET award. That's a big deal.
I thank God for everything that I've ever won.
Mm. All right.
Overrated, underrated, chicken and waffles.
Depends on where you get them from. There's a place called South City Kitchen that makes the best chicken and waffles.
Where
Where's
you
They're
In South City?
They're in Midtown.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, they're on Crescent.
It's in
Avenue.
Atlanta?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
they bomb. Everybody go get them.
Say less.
I was telling Kim before I want to try that fried lobster and waffles.
Fried lobster
Whoa.
and waffles.
You heard about that?
No.
That
I don't
sounds
eat-
crazy.
I don't eat meat.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
I heard,
He's like, I'm sorry.
I think they closed. Didn't Gladys Knight have a restaurant here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
got
still open?
Nah, I
Nah,
gotta
her
take
son
it down.
got
Her
it closed
son,
down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tell that story. I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
I don't
that.
know too much about it, but I know he had started owning it, and then after that, didn't the government take it over or something?
Well,
or-
it's called.
I don't really know too
it's
much
called
about it.
niggas. One more time for us. When we get shit, we just be trying to find there's a shortcut somewhere in this.
Right.
I assume it's like taxes or something. Just the way you said it, the government took it over. Something like
Yeah, I mean,
what-
I'm not trying
what-
to say like, yo, the government took it over.
But what
know
I mean
at
is
the
like,
end
what
of-
would government chicken and waffles taste like?
Shit, government cheese was all right. Who
he
knows?
said it's not that bad.
What I remember about government cheese being so good is it being the only option available.
You right. You're right. I don't even remember what it tastes like. I just remember that shit used to melt good. Make queso with it.
Shouldn't be looking
Macaroni.
like
You
that.
talking about the big block?
Yeah.
So you from Cali though? What about Roscoe's? Is that overrated, underrated?
And I love Roscoe's, but it's not better than Atlanta as a whole. Atlanta's got all that's their soul food.
Yeah.
That's their fried chicken. Sad.
Like it's weird. Like Atlanta, you'll go to like a whack place, like, and the fried chicken will be good as fuck.
You right. You can always count in chicken. No matter where you go out here, chicken is your friend.
What food are you always gonna go back to Cali for?
None.
What is California known for? Because I always
It's a melting pot.
I always thought it was known for like pizza.
They got like tapas. They got
or tacos.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I'll be over there tearing it up.
Yeah, they got
But
dope
hey, man,
restaurants
let
out
me
there.
tell you something about being a vegetarian.
What's up? Tell me about it.
So I was a vegan for 2 years, right? Low energy.
Right.
You go bald because I'm sorry, but there's stuff that's in meats that saturate the fats in your head to grow hair. The protein, you can get pancreatic cancer. You can, if you eat a lot of fruit. What's the dude who owned Apple? Steve Jobs.
He ate only fruit. He only ate fruit,
but still died.
That's all sugar.
A lot of vegetarians. It's a new thing.
But when he got cancer, he was past that. He was back to just regular diet.
He was just.
I feel like if you're doing it depends on the reason why you're doing it. I went vegetarian really for just for overall health benefit,
Right,
and then also for my how I feel. I feel like for me, the only way I'll eat meat is if I actually kill the animal myself. I feel like that's just something I should do. I mean,
Crocodile Dundee.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna eat, if I'm saying, like, for me, it's like if I'm gonna eat the life of this animal, like, I feel like I should be the one at least to take it. That's just my feeling on it.
I'm picturing us doing.
Hey, bro, let's go hunting together. Let's go do it.
Bro, I pictured us doing the event somewhere. We like, yo, y'all ready to eat? Karen's like, I think I'm gonna eat meat. Yo, what you finna do?
Let me ask you this though: if you couldn't buy meat, and every time you wanted to eat any type of meat, you had to go snap a chicken's head off, you think you'd be doing that?
I could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say
just. Let me tell you something.
I would say just. You said Malawi. Oh, like
So look, no, really,
but that's more inhumane. They slit the throat and just let it bleed out, right?
Like my great grandma, she lives in the deep South, Perry, Georgia, and she made me kill my food one time. At first, I was like, oh man, I saw her shoot a squirrel one time. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then she went to a chicken and just grabbed it by the neck and was like,
snapped it.
I was like, oh. She was like, you want chicken too, right? And I was like, yeah. She was like, grab that one. I didn't know what to do. I'm holding the chicken like that. She was like, no, by the neck. And I was like, fuck it.
You did it?
I did it.
See, now I respect that though, because like you killed your food, like.
But
you know what I mean?
let me tell you something. Some animals don't deserve to live.
Why you say that? What kind of animals?
All right. So this is real. Chickens forget. Their mind is so small. When they look up in the sky and it's raining, they can drown themselves. They can die from looking up in the sky. Fish, dumb as doornails.
They got like a 30, 45 second memory.
Right.
How you think about, what about cows? You feel cows are dumb?
No.
Cows are extremely
They're supposed to
emotional.
be one of the smartest.
Cows are smart, and it's like a guilty pleasure for me. They're so good.
Supposedly breeding cows is bad for the environment.
Yeah.
I know they have a lot of
ethanol.
Methane,
ethanol, and something else.
What's the ethanol from?
I thought that was from the corn, the gas.
Oh yeah, that's from the corn.
Yeah, that's like.
But it's like something they eat that.
Well, they're normally supposed to have a grass-fed diet. They only have a grain diet.
Yeah,
and the way it
yeah.
digests is not.
Can I just say, this is like the most interesting conversation we've had in a long time. Like, I miss this shit.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, I just think like just the concept of like putting food into my body. I think it's like an interesting thing though. It's like a whole journey.
But fish deserve to die. Chickens deserve to die.
I can't say anything deserves to die, but I'll say if I'm hungry, I'll let everybody know. If I'm hungry in the woods and I see a chicken, I'm gonna grab that thing by the neck and I'm gonna snap it and eat it. But just ordering chicken nuggets at McDonald's, I probably won't do it.
I just don't eat swine, my brothers.
Awesome.
Try to do it.
I think they say pigs are actually even smarter than cows. They're like supposed to be dumb smart.
Super emotional.
Yeah, they are smart creatures. It's like having a dog in your house.
If you had to kill a pig, that's gonna be an adventure.
Can you imagine killing a cow though? That's 1,000 pounds. What? How big are cows?
That's But they kill cows inhumanely. They
Right.
just drop them in blenders, pretty much.
No,
I thought they did.
did.
Is that the? I thought they put the spike through.
Nah,
the-
so
No, some of them they do, and then some of them they got like these shredders, and they just
well, we
They
saw
got
some.
the nail gun that
They got
just
the nail
hit him in
gun?
the
yeah.
head.
I seen.
I feel like that would be.
It's not a
they
nail
have-
gun. It's an air gun.
It's
They don't
an air
always
pistol.
kill him though. Like we were watching this video where like they were still alive going through the process.
Sad.
Getting
And then they
dragged by their
tase them by their skull, and then
Yeah.
they like eyes start rolling back, start foaming out the mouth. I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
damn.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's why I was. That's
But
why I was saying.
chickens-
Like, I feel like if I'm gonna kill the cow,
Chickens and fish.
That's it.
Come on, man.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't say
A
I've
fish?
gotten emotional over a fish or like.
just,
a fish is
just eat
dying.
grilled chicken. I meal prep every Sunday. I have grilled chicken. That's it.
So what about all the you said all the negative health benefits about being vegan. What about all the praise for curing cancer and all that stuff? What do you feel about that stuff?
Smoke weed. Cures cancer too.
You're not gonna smoke weed and eat bacon all day and be straight.
Smoking backwards.
I mean,
You're not gonna smoke backwards and eat bacon.
Of course
and
you
be
gotta.
straight.
Of course you gotta worry about your health, and you got to do it from a healthy standpoint. But CBD.
I mean,
You're in
there's
the
no
game.
there's no denying that the medical benefits from cannabis, but I also think you have to be realistic and you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke weed and smoke cigarettes and I'll be straight," or
Listen, for
drink
everybody that
Mountain
thinks
Dew, diet
that
soda.
food is the answer to your health, it's not.
I
disagree with that.
I disagree.
I can't agree. I can't.
You don't think eating kale, eating
but
eating superfruit,
it's about- it's-
avocados?
Of course. I mean, okay. What I'm saying is, it's not the end all be all. You can still do too much.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's about a healthy mind, a healthy body. I eat the right things, but I'll never give up meat again.
But it's a real fact that humans are alkaline creatures and we need alkaline in our body and meat and all that is acidic.
I mean, yeah. But anything, but too much of anything is bad.
Well, I mean, of course, you take anything to the extreme. Like
Right.
if you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm only gonna eat grapes
really lost your
and
hair, bro?
almonds,"
Yeah. When I was starting it up, I did 2 years. By the second year, my hair was falling out. I was.
I
like,
would say what I knew.
You sure this
How
wasn't
you doing
natural
over there?
progression?
Stress.
It wasn't.
Mm-mm. It just happened.
I know from when I first started going, I tried to start off like, I guess, vegan or whatever. It grew into vegan, but I found myself being like energy deficient and all this.
Yes.
But at that point, I either could have stopped and been like, man, whatever, I'm done with it. But I chose to like, all right, let me figure out what things do I have to put in my body to replace. Since I took something out, which is meat, I got to put something to replace that. And so that's
Right.
what I've been figuring out now. Like peanut butter is a lot of
You know
good in
about
my-
micronutrients and all
Yes,
that?
yeah,
All right. So
yeah.
just, you're good.
Yeah.
I gotta
Get some meat
disagree
every
with the
once in a
energy
while.
thing though, because when I fast, I got the most energy. Like I can't even sleep if I fast.
Mm. When I don't know, fasting, it gives you energy, but I say it's like it awakens your spirit more than anything. Like it's not even like, because when you're hungry all day, you got to call on something to get you through it, because it's not going to be food that's getting you through it. So I feel like that's where energy comes from. Something
I've done a
outside.
3-day fast, 4-day fast before. My
tough.
homeboy's right now on day 31. Shout
Yeah,
out to Sheila.
straight water.
Mm.
Yeah.
Straight water.
Damn, just water.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Did you eat at sundown, sun up?
No,
Just straight water fast. Yeah.
straight water. 31 days. He's like Gandhi.
I'm telling you, you want to talk about a breakthrough in your life? You do a 30 or 40 day fast.
You lit.
Water fast. This one of my pastors. Her actually, I don't know if I should be putting all of her business like this, but I would just say she did a 40-day fast and she saved a man like some stuff that is not supposed to happen, like, and it came out for a good outcome through a fast.
I did DMT, and
How was that?
that's like the same thing.
Dimethyltryptamine.
That's what y'all was just. They
Yeah.
just put me up on this. I didn't know nothing about this.
You watched the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. That's what made me do it. I was
Right.
like, what is he talking about?
Did you?
Well,
Did you,
tell us about that.
did you get ayahuasca or did you smoke the actual DMT?
I did both.
You went down to the jungle and did it, or you just
No,
got the
I
vine?
just in California I did it.
Mm.
I did the ayahuasca, but out here I did it with my homeboy Shiva when I was talking about 31-day fast.
Oh yeah.
It was a breakthrough for me.
You had to do the tobacco purge before it? Drink the tobacco brew to purge your body out of everything? You just did it?
Not on the ayahuasca, yeah.
Yeah, ayahuasca.
But on the just the trip,
it's like
I
15
smoked
minutes.
it out of a bong.
It's like 15 minutes,
Did
right?
it open up any like creative parts of your brain or anything like that?
I think it opened up perspective for me. It just showed me that we're like an onion. We have so many layers, and then you have a core. But those layers are everybody that you've met, everybody that you've learned from, your parents, your friends' parents.
Mm.
your parents, his parents, her parents, and everybody learns something different, and then it all gets put onto you.
Y'all ever seen that movie Limitless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I never saw it, but I
always believe, whether or not that concept is real, but I always believe that we do become the result of like everything we've ever been exposed to throughout life. And I think there's moments when you can access all of it. Maybe not consciously, but you can access all of it.
I agree. I think it's somewhere in there. At some point, you could just wake up and be like, I do that all the time.
I've had that feeling making a beat before. Like I feel like I have access to every skill I know how to.
Yeah, I know what you're
sometimes,
talking about.
yeah,
Tapping into
sometimes
that
I've
flow
been there and I'm
state.
like, oh shit.
Yeah, that
And
flow
then
state.
sometimes it's like, and you
Yeah.
just be like,
You know, every experience has a positive and negative. Like, what things do you feel like were more on the negative side of having those experiences? Because that's a really powerful psychedelic.
I didn't have a negative to that. To be honest with you, and this is gonna sound crazy, I feel like once you become an adult, once you turn 20, you should just do it.
For real?
Yeah. I think everybody needs to do it because everybody has learned something. I know I had friends that did it. I had friends that hold on. Babe, I'm in this interview. I love you. I see. Thank you so much. All right.
She won an argument.
All right. So anyway, women. All three.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
That's why 3 of the 3.
That's all 3. So anyway, yeah, man, I think I became a little bit more down to earth and hippied out.
Mhm.
I was like, I looked at everything that was important to me before as like, it's not what's important are people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
At the end of the day,
Mhm.
always.
Now, did you ever do like shrooms or acid before this?
Yeah, I did shrooms before that. I was on shrooms tough at one point where I was just like,
Do you feel like certain people? Do you feel like it's really created for everybody, or do you feel like certain people may not be able to handle it? Because it is you tapping into like some powerful stuff when you.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
So would you really recommend it for everybody, or do you think you have to know yourself, or do you think if you feel?
I think you'll never know yourself. That's why you'll never know anybody else. That's deep.
I agree with that.
You dig? But there's
all the layers.
things about yourself right now that if you were to do something tomorrow, there's people who just kill people. Tomorrow they're gonna kill somebody. God forbid it. But tomorrow something's gonna push them to a point that they never thought they would get to,
Mhm.
and they would kill somebody.
Mm.
Now it's a life choice. It's a decision that you didn't know you were gonna make yesterday, the day before that.
But you made that decision.
But you made that decision that day, and it changes who you are.
You seen Minority Report?
Yeah, that's my movie.
That's your shit.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
It's a good movie.
I don't know. I mean, that's just what
I like.
I don't know.
I like Tom Cruise.
I've
never
seen the movie.
Basically the movie is about like they can predict who's gonna commit the crimes before they do it and
Yeah.
arrest them before they do it.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
shit.
called precogs.
I'll tell you right now, I'd be pretty hot. Someone was like, "Yeah, I know you're gonna rob this bank in
Like,
a couple
fuck
days. I'm gonna go
outta
ahead and lock you up." I'm like, "What you talking about, man? What you talking about? You're gonna arrest
Nothing
me?"
is right or wrong.
You
but
right,
like
though.
said, somebody sitting there right now today is just eating their lunch trying to kill somebody tomorrow, and they don't know it.
That's crazy.
They don't.
Well,
know
they
that
probably
they're-
do know because I feel like if you're gonna go to that extreme, you gotta know there. I'm not
It's
gonna. I'm not
crimes
saying
and passion and all that shit. You walk in
anybody
on your
can be
girl cheating
pushed
on
to-
you, might just shoot them.
Anybody
Yeah,
can
but
be
it's
pushed
not
to
like-
murder if somebody breaks in their
Of
house
course.
tomorrow.
Of course, that's primal.
They're not thinking about this is gonna happen tomorrow. I'm chilling, eating my food. Somebody breaks in my house. Bang.
Right.
I'm chilling in my car. Somebody runs up on my car trying to rob me. Bang. I'm leaving the mall. Somebody sees me with my money.
I guess
and
when
my
I'm thinking of
jewelry.
murder, I'm thinking
Bang.
of like more malicious intent, not like self
I mean,
defense.
but that's what's that murder called?
Premeditated.
Premeditated. So there's a difference between premeditated murder and murder.
Mm.
Real quick though, so what's the main difference between shrooms and DMT?
Shrooms are a drug. DMT we have in our body already.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Psilocybin's already
experience,
produced
though,
in
what's
our
the
body.
difference?
Psilocybin's in our body.
Yeah, psilocybin. Okay, so let me say.
I'm
let me
talking
say
about the
this.
experience.
The experience is totally different. With DMT, I had a strong visual experience.
The
I
strongest
saw,
hallucinogen there is.
I saw so much, and with shrooms, it was just like I'd be there, and then I'd see some shit that would trip me out. I thought I saw like a like a 8-foot turtle one time in the middle of the road taking shrooms.
Turtle.
I was like, oh shit. I was like,
big turtle.
that's like a
8-foot
Galapagos turtle or something. And I drove up on it with my camera out. And I was like, I'm about to motherfucking take a picture of this shit, get some money.
It's a Galapagos
And it was a
turtle.
big ass trash bag. And I was like, oh, you know.
You ever made beats on shrooms?
Yeah, doesn't make a difference.
Nah.
I'm creative anyway. I'm creative with anything. So drugs don't usually, like, I don't have to smoke weed to be creative. I like it. It makes me feel different, but I don't think it makes a difference. Sometimes I'm more clear-headed and able to make the right decisions when I'm producing sober.
Do you feel like, what's the longest period you ever gone like without smoking weed or anything? Like
Probation for 8 months.
how would you learn from that? Like
Nothing.
really?
That I'm a irritable guy without weed.
do you feel like the do you feel like do you feel like maybe you feel like during that 8 months maybe you realize something about weed, like how you're using it, or did you learn anything from like what you're using it for? Because you said you're irritable down low, so I'm just curious, like, is it, I don't know, I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to ask, but I know what I'm trying to ask.
I mean, honestly, my whole mindset is when I didn't have weed and I saw people smoking weed. This is when I got with Rich Gang too.
Mhm.
And Birdman, the first thing they do is like, I never saw Moon Rocks before. He pulls out Moon Rocks, King Louie in a big ass jar. He's like, yeah, y'all about to go in. Here you go, slime. Blah, 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 blah. And he passes me the shit. And I'm just like, and all my producers are like smoking up all the weed. And all I could feel is envy.
Mm.
That's it. I was just very envious. Did you know on your nose, is that supposed to be you that looks like titties on your nose?
When I drew that, I put the 2 dots and I was like, ah.
You got to make the nostrils bigger because those look like titties.
and that's what the shrooms and DMT unlock.
Is this what?
That's funny.
I just realized that. I was looking, I was like, those are a pair of
At least you
tits.
realized it looked like him. When I was drawing it, I was like,
And not to be crazy, but your lips look like a pussy.
this guy.
You my homeboy. You my homeboy. He's the first one to say that Peter Griffin's face, he had balls.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A pair of nuts or
Did we
a pair of
ever
titties.
finish? Hold on. Did we
We
ever
are
finish?
still overrated, underrated on the Producer
Okay.
Grind
All right, we
podcast.
almost done.
I'm honestly not mad at it because that
Let's
shit
go.
was funny as hell. Overrated, underrated, Omnisphere.
It's the best. I love Omnisphere.
You got the new 2.5?
Yeah, it's great. Omnisphere is dope. Everybody go get Omnisphere.
What about Nexus?
Because everybody does something different with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you produce with Omnisphere, I can tell a lot of producers that use Omnisphere and it's like kind of the generic, they don't
Tweak it.
modify it, they don't change it. But then there's people who get in there and you would never know it was Omnisphere. You would think it was a real band or something.
You
like,
one of those people?
He's like, come on now.
You know.
I wanted to ask you one thing that's really helped me. This is, and I swear to God, they didn't pay us. I really use it and I really fuck with it. It's this Cable Guys Shaper Box. Have you used it yet?
What the hell is that?
So they tell me. So I use.
Uh-oh. Motherfucker saying
I'm
who in the
heavy.
background? and
I'm
shit?
heavy on Reason, right? And so they've been telling me about Gross Beat. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna fuck with Gross Beat if it's an FL. Whatever, I'm not gonna fuck with Gross Beat. Reason Gang. Reason Gang, right. But they were like, yo, you should check out Shaper Box. And so the homie Heads had a little tutorial, and the guys at Cable Guys that make Shaper Box sent us something. Bro, it's the truth.
It's crazy.
Like, far as sound design, because you could take, like, let's say you got Omnisphere, you play your chords, like, okay, that's the shit.
Right.
You just run it through Shaper Box and see what it does. It does so much, like, different type of shit, bro.
Well, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I'll
You know,
holler at my man.
I always like to try new stuff,
Yeah, so.
so I'll try it.
Hell yeah, last one, overrated, underrated on Producer Grind Podcast, producers rapping.
Kanye did it.
I guess I don't really. Kanye is such an artist, like we barely consider him.
But I remember hearing about Kanye beforehand doing Blueprint, and I was like, "Damn, this nigga's fire."
Mm.
And then when he dropped the song, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I saw him, and I was like, "That's Kanye."
Mm.
So that was like the first one where I was like, "Oh, okay." But I don't know if there's been another one.
See, I agree with
Travis
you, 'cause,
Scott.
Like, I feel like when Kanye did it, like, it just seemed like that's who he was. He was an artist. Sometimes it feels like guys are just doing it just to do it.
A lot of people are doing it for the check and for the come up. And I get it. Do it. But just know those artists don't look at you the same. They'll never respect you as another artist. That's not their mindset. Man, stick to making beats. When you walk out the room,
they talking shit.
Man, that nigga need to goddamn go back to making beats, bro. Blah, 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 blah. You be like, God damn, the nigga the verse was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some faith that it's gonna move, but if you're not an artist, you're not an artist. You're a creative. There's nothing wrong with being a creative. You wanna be more on the scene, be a writer. You know? Something.
I feel like it comes down to what motivates different people, right? I don't wake up every morning and eat, sleep, and dream of, being an artist. So I would never, even if the thought crossed my mind where I could rap, I would never do that to somebody because there's somebody that wakes up every day and that's all they want to do.
I started off being an artist. And let me tell you, it's not easy.
Somebody saying they hated on Kanye, they hate on Southside. And I listened to Free Agent 4. It was kind of
Southside.
I was about to say now, I'll tell you the truth. Southside is hard.
Hell yeah.
But does he really want to be an artist? I don't know. Like, I can't see the passion in artistry on some people. Like, you can be hard. You can put down a hard verse. Y'all would be shocked. I'll rap right now and niggas be like, oh shit, this nigga shade 4-5. You know what I'm saying? Like I can spit a hot 16 real quick.
Kale, drop it. Drop the beat. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of 16, Kale got 16 for that ass. What?
Right.
Nah, that ass, like, I can crazy. Rap, but do I want to rap? Not really.
You feel like it's a respecting when you see an artist that you said has that passion, like, I see what it really is, so I can't call myself an artist if I don't have that same passion. Is that
drop everything? If you're gonna be an artist, be the artist, not just a artist.
I personally don't think a lot of people who want to call themselves an artist, I'm just gonna be honest, like, I've been around artists. Artists take up all the space in the room. You can't call you can't call yourself an artist if you're not if I can overtalk you, you're not an artist.
That's real. If you just
What about Michael Jackson?
What about Michael Jackson?
He was quiet, humble.
You think Michael Jackson was humble?
He wasn't.
No.
Like on a personal interaction basis, like on camera and all that shit. I never seen him like.
So
you know what the fuck going on?
It's Michael Jackson walking in this shit.
When you know what the fuck going on. So I don't know if y'all know. Okay, so my dad used to be a security over at the Garden, and
Madison.
Yeah, and he explained to me one time that he got to meet Michael Jackson and what Michael Jackson was like. He was like, he was a nigga. He was that guy.
That presence.
I want her right there. Get her in the background. The one that just waved at me, get her. Grab those two and bring them back. And he was in there partying. Like.
But he's not going to be the loudest in the room.
Because he's the only person in the room.
Yeah, that's true.
Who was he inviting? Who could he hang out with? That's Michael Jackson.
Like, if we knew Mike to be alive and well right now, it wouldn't matter who was in the room. Everybody stops when Mike walks in.
Right. Who's going to be the most talkative person in the room with Michael Jackson?
Man, shut the fuck up, Michael Jackson.
As soon as you say
I'm trying to think of a quiet, humble rapper. I just can't think of none, though. I know it's some out there. I just can't think of him right now.
Who's...
Come on, Carrington, help me out here, bro.
Kendrick Lamar?
It's pretty
really,
vocal.
I'm sure that there's some humbleness in him. As any artist that makes it in this industry and has longevity has a little bit of humbleness.
Yeah.
But
somebody can be humble and still not
loud.
shut the fuck up.
I'm not saying like, of course he's humble. Like,
yeah,
you got to be humble to reach those levels.
But you also have to be
downfall.
hungry and willing to go over people's heads.
Right.
You can't be the best without stepping on people.
It's
and
like,
it sounds crazy, but it's true.
It's like the balance between being humble and then also being confident. So
you know, it's weird that you have to say it sounds crazy because it's the reality that nobody thinks, right? If everybody's trying to get to the same point, it's gonna be like this.
Somebody in their neck snap.
Somebody gotta go.
You gotta fight and scratch and claw your way to the top. And I learned that. Shout out to London on the Track.
Explain.
Nope. Next question.
That's on you, buddy.
What's
Damn.
that? Oh, so I mean, we talked about you know, movie placements. You ever had any like TV, video game sync license?
Yeah. I did. I was on 2K last year and
Oh, hell
Madden
yeah.
last year.
Are those advances better than music, worse than music, about the same?
I don't know. It takes a year
Mm.
to get the check, so I should be getting it maybe by like the 29th or something.
Last year's games check. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it takes about a year to get your checks.
Are you interested at all in being in the game?
Have your own little player.
Hell yeah, I love 2K.
I mean, I only at because I've Shiggy's in the game, Murder's in the game.
They made their own characters. They're not in the game.
Oh, they're not. Am I tweaking? I mean, I seen them in the
I had
machine
posted.
doing-
We had posted
okay,
on IG.
so 2K,
But you can face scan and create.
I was
your
about-
own.
okay. all
but
right.
you know they got to do a different face scan than us.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
You,
they are in the
you ain't
game.
seen. So the dude that does who does those?
Quavo is in the game.
Because I had got posted on IG. I was like, yo, shout out to Murder. All these people are in the game. Pierre, and then some people kept DMing me like, nah, bro, they're not in the game. They just face scan. So I was like, all right,
Bro,
take this shit
I'll
down.
follow the guy that does the game. Like you can do a face scan, but this guy, he'll take
Yeah.
him in this little white room.
They got the white
They'll show you
balls
like,
on
oh
it.
yeah, Murder did it, Shiggy did it. Like,
Yeah.
That'd be
That's-
hard. That'd be hard.
I didn't know like,
Yeah.
okay, you in the game. I don't know how much. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
not in the game, but you in the game.
What's your rankings looking like? What's your ratings?
Right now I'm at 89.
80.
So I'm working.
What's your
Well, I
gamer
hear my
tag?
player.
Done deal on the track.
What's the shooting? 99?
Nah,
What you
yet.
at? 75?
So what I'm focused on is rebounding. And,
Okay.
Fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
They got the
dunks.
plan.
I'm just making sure that when I'm out there,
The team's winning.
boom, y'all need me.
Like that
Remember that.
Your passing probably what, 85, 90s
Oh,
up
yeah.
there.
My hustle is
Game
right.
cardio ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Communication with the coach
I'm on it.
phenomenal.
And, you know,
So are the,
fundamentals, y'all.
It's all up here, man. It's all up here.
are the TV and video game license like? Is that like? I'm not gonna word this damn question. Do you have to be at a certain status to even be able to negotiate those and get those kind of things, or can like really anyone submit kind of thing?
I think anybody can get on there. I heard somewhere it was just like when people produce and they send beats to them, and they put the beats on there.
Mm.
So,
He's got excellent management too, man. Shouts out to Lala Shepherd.
oh yeah. Shouts out to Lala. But also I have new management, Danny Zook, and Rel from YRN.
As a producer, what do you look for in a manager?
What can you do that I can't do?
That's fact. Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you said that.
Because some people, I already had my relationships. I knew Thug, I knew Future, I knew all these people. I didn't have to get management. I didn't have to sign to a label to get them. You know, I want to know what my management can do that I can't do. That's it.
Can you give us like an example or two?
All right. I'm going to get placements regardless with the Migos without the management. But what can you do to make it more sweet for me? Maybe 5 songs, 6 songs on the next album? You know, can you place me with people that I couldn't place myself with? Also being able to get on, I'm about to go on tour with them pretty soon.
Who, Migos?
Yeah.
That's dope.
You gonna be DJing or
None of that.
just
I'm just there making beats. Hey, y'all.
Diving
Right, y'all
dive
get-
into the crowd every once in a while.
No thanks. I'm not getting groped. They gonna. I heard stories. People jumping out on stage.
It's foul.
Yeah.
What do you think of the What do you think of the new the thing between Russ and Smoke Purpin on it?
People fight. I don't care.
You think it's real?
Probably. I don't know. I don't really, to be honest with you, I can't name you one song from both of those people. Twinkle, twinkle.
If something is too perfect and too interesting, I just start to believe it's not real. Like, damn, that is good theater. They playing that shit.
Yeah.
If you could work with one of them right now, who would you work with? If you had to work with one of them.
Probably Smoke Perp.
More your lane.
I heard Russ was talking shit about producers.
That's a fact.
I don't like that.
Well, you heard what Sonny said though, right?
What did Sonny say?
Well, I mean, Sonny felt like that some of what Russ said was justified. It's just that it was the wrong messenger.
I can see that. 'Cause I don't think he was talking shit about producers. I don't feel like he's talking shit about producers.
Meaning, Sonny said, "Hey, if I would have said the same thing Russ said, y'all would have been like, damn, maybe."
But the whole thing is like, how are producers trash now compared to what they were like in the 90s? Like, we wouldn't even rap over those type of beats anymore.
Real shit.
I feel like we probably have to watch the clip and see exactly what he said to really go into it.
Here's one of your strengths, right? And you kind of told it in your story where you have this pulse on the culture where you seem to understand how the sound changes with the culture, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that if you have that understanding, it's hard to let's hear something and call it whack. So immediately when I hear a beat, the first thing I do is try to give it a frame of reference. Okay, this is a trap beat. So I'm going to measure this by trap beat standards. Okay, this is a trap soul beat. Okay, this is a boom bap beat. I'm going to measure it by those standards.
You're right.
And so stop trying to like measure new shit by old standards.
That's real.
That's real shit. Because an old person can't walk up and tell me that's whack. Like, what the hell are you talking about, boy? You was listening to
That's all they be like, oh man, the shit ain't lyrical no more. Like the guy who said the hip hop, the hip hop was saying some groundbreaking shit.
Right.
It's like what you mean? This shit just
that's
went
what they
double
consider
platinum.
real music. Shit, that's my hip hop. Shut the fuck up.
It's like,
you don't know shit.
It's like, how you gonna tell me this shit whack? This shit just went double platinum.
You feel me? So I don't know. People are gonna be judgmental. I'm sure kids from right now play Lil Uzi 20 years from now, kids gonna be like, what the fuck are you playing, grandpa?
Right.
I don't think no grandpa's gonna be playing no Lil Uzi though.
You don't know?
I don't think so.
All right, 20 years from now, if you got a playlist and a song pops up that you fuck with, you're not gonna play?
I mean, I don't fuck with Uzi, period.
All right, so
Let's use a different artist.
redirect the question.
Let's use a different artist.
Oh, yeah, when you think of,
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so you think of somebody like this, right? They might say something like, "Man, I like music back in the day. What'd you listen to? Man, I like Titty Boy." Well, Titty Boy don't even listen to Titty Boy.
Mm.
You did.
I see what you're saying.
Like Jay-Z said, Reasonable Doubt was his worst album. That's what he thinks. I love Reasonable Doubt, but he was like, "You listen how I was rapping? I wasn't on beat."
Who's your favorite artist now? Like, who's some of your people you always look up to from past times and current times?
I like the J. Coles, the Kendricks, Thug, Future, Drake, Travis Scott.
All the people you produce.
Yeah.
Who's an upcoming guy like you really believe in?
Blueface Bally.
I could answer that question.
Yeah, that's my artist right there. He's gonna be big.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
He's a local guy here.
Yeah, he lives out here.
That's dope.
Is your studio that you build is gonna be private or is it gonna be public?
It's gonna be public, but you gotta have money. It's public to. I always say this, like when people say, "I just don't want anybody in my studio," but if you can afford it,
You're not just
come on in. Even if you work at Walmart, if you save your checkup for 2 months and you say, you know what, I'm gonna get a session over at this place because it's really, I want the speakers, I want this, I want that. You're investing in yourself.
Yo, who's blowing up my live, man? I'm gonna get killed when I get home.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Yo, man, where can we find you on social media, fam?
Done Deal on the TRAK. Done Deal on the track. Twitter, I am Done Deal. Snapchat, I don't really use neither of them. I am Done Deal.
What's next for you in 2018? What's some stuff we can look out for?
Quavo's album is about to come out soon. Shout out to Quavo. Gucci, I got this song with him. Crazy. And stuff with Blueface Bally, my artist. We're about to drop this song with Rich the Kid. Go crazy.
Oh man,
That's what's up.
Oh, we forgot to ask him a question. No? Okay, all right.
Well, we
We're not
wrapped
gonna
it
go with
up.
that one. Go ahead. Well, I don't know. Are we good? Do we want to?
Oh, I guess we had another question we talked about earlier. About that thing down in Augusta, the case down in Augusta, if you wanted to touch on that.
All right, I'll be really quick about it.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I got arrested for something I didn't do, jewelry smash and grab for $80,000, which
From Costco.
From Costco.
You never been in the town?
I've never been to well, I went to Augusta to go grab my check. But other than that, I never been there. Yeah, it was crazy. I was in Texas. I was at the AfroAm Awards with Davido, the African artist, and I get a call as I'm about to go on stage. And my mom was like, the FBI kicked in the door. I was like, the FBI?
Fuck.
I was like, I couldn't think of what it could be. I was like, did I, you think of everything like, did I run over somebody's foot? Did I kill somebody? Did I do this? Did I do that? I was like, Jesus. And I was like, I'm just right. So I drove straight to the airport. I was like, fuck this. I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to the airport, my boarding pass thing wasn't working. I was like, why isn't it working? I'm trying it. I was like, let me just walk through the line. And my homeboy goes to the bathroom. He was like, watch my bag for me real quick. I was like, yeah. I'm just like pushing his bag with my foot, looking down. All of a sudden, I see like 8 or 9 feet around me. And I look up and it's all these dudes and like all white dudes in like board shorts and baseball t-shirts and glasses and hats. And it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, can I help you? They were like, are you David? I was like, yeah. Get down! And they all pull out guns and stop resisting. I was like, oh, Jesus.
They even tell you why you was under arrest, bro?
They didn't tell me. They just kept on saying, you know what you did. I was like, no, the fuck I don't.
What do you think they would have done if you said, no, I'm Kris?
They still would have arrested me.
Oh, okay.
They knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
I was like, can I help you?
That's where the check started with. They ain't even tell you what the fuck you did.
So this is all happening in Houston, right?
And they Dallas. And they falsified my fingerprints.
Right. They say you never been arrested. Didn't even have your fingerprints.
Yeah, they didn't have my
system.
fingerprints or nothing in the system.
How'd that whole process make you like look at the world different or just see
I thought I got set up. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the reasons why I stopped doing music for a while. I was like, let me step back and see what's going on. Who I'm pissing off that would put me in a position that I get arrested for some shit I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's like right when the Rich Gang tape came out. I was like, damn, bro. They got me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you was on probation?
No, I was on probation for weed before that. But, that was like something I could expunge off my record. I got arrested for some bullshit, but I was only in jail for like 8 hours. But the other shit, I was in jail out there for approximately 12 days.
Was it Dallas or were you in Atlanta? They shipped you to Atlanta?
Nah, I was in Dallas.
There's gonna be some niggas looking out there like, oh man, 12 days ain't shit. For niggas that don't go to jail, 12 days is a long ass time.
And 12 days is bad for. They didn't send me to jail. They sent me to the prison because the jail was overpopulated.
Dang.
So I was in there with the worst of the worst. This dude was knocking out all the blades out of the razors, and he had like a pencil dagger, and he was just like cutting people up in the cell next to me. I was like, all right.
It's like nothing but praying.
MS-13 member looked at me when I first got in there. He was like this. I was just sitting. He was like, I was like, looking around. I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? And they were like, bruh, you looked at him in the eyes, bruh. I was like, what's the rules?
It's real like that. Can I get a pamphlet?
Somebody tell me the rules quick. And then walking down the hallway, all I saw were these posters like, if you get raped, call this number. I was like, if you get raped, why can't you call the number before you get raped? Like,
you got a phone in yourself.
Dead ass. All that shit. I was like, oh my God, I'm in hell. And I was just thinking like, it really made me humble myself a little bit more and reevaluate if I was doing the right things. I was like, God wouldn't put me in this situation if it was like all
roses.
Right. But also, watch what you ask for. Because I asked God, I was like, God, I just want to get like 300,000-400,000 real quick off of doing nothing.
Right.
And
would you go back and do those 10 days, 30,000 a day? Would you do it again? I'll actually, hold on. Before you answer that, be careful. Be careful before you answer that.
Wait, can I say this too?
No, because
but he said,
well, no, it's something crucial to the story because you told us when we were sitting here discussing before you came in, He goes, would you do it for there? I go, well, county jail just to lock up? Yeah, but not prison.
Yeah.
And then you had to go and be like, yeah, they put me in prison. Like, oh,
Yeah, they
shit.
put me in prison.
I took a jail tour in the 10th grade.
Yeah, for sure. After because I told my cellmate every day, this dude Calvin, I was like, hey, bro, yeah, I'm gonna be out tomorrow because I got the wrong guy. 3 days passed. I was like, yeah, bro, you know, I'm gonna be out probably Friday.
Yeah, you know what? Let's push back like
Right?
3
And
days.
then when Sunday came, and I was like, hold the fuck up. And then I was like, I'm probably gonna get out Monday. And he was like, you know what? I used to say the same thing. That was he was like, that was 3 years ago. I was like,
Damn.
and then I just started reading books and working out. I was like, just in case I'm in this motherfucker, I was like, let me go ahead and get my swole on.
Damn. That's a crazy ass story.
Yeah. And so when I got back home, of course I was devastated. I was like, what the fuck did I just go through?
Mhm.
I was eating the worst food, soggy. They were making us waffles, right? And it was like water waffle. That shit was just like a soggy waffle.
No vegan options.
Nothing. No, sir. You're about to eat.
Excuse me, can I
guts
get some?
and-
Can I get some vegan
Yeah,
options?
it was disgusting in there. And this dude like shit right next to the toilet one time instead of shitting in the toilet. I was like, what's wrong with him? They were like, oh, heroin. I was like,
he couldn't move over 2 inches because of heroin.
I was like, all right. But when I got home, I reevaluated everything. I disappeared from music for a while. I was like, man, fuck this. I don't
Blessing in
know.
disguise.
Yeah, for sure. And then boom, I got a check, and I
How
was
long
like,
did it take to get that check?
2 years.
Damn.
It was a lawsuit, and they didn't want to go to court, so
They settled.
they settled. Oh yeah, boy, I got fucked up.
Mm.
So I didn't know about none of this. And I walked in the office today and they showed me the news clip, right?
Right.
And so they said, when they looked at the picture, Birdman was in the picture and they said, who is that?
They literally slid me the picture across like this. They're like, so who's this?
That's a movie
I was like,
shit,
I
man.
looked at
Yeah.
it. I was like,
Y'all know Cash
I
Money?
was like, I swear, I was like, y'all know who Lil Wayne is? They were like, yeah. I was like, Nicki Minaj? All right. I'm like, that's Birdman. That's the CEO. Right. I was like, oh, shit. And I told him I had the proof. I had the proof that I was at the studio. I was like, I mean, you know, here on my phone right now. You could go through my phone and see I was here. Y'all could ping. I know y'all could do all this shit. I was like, y'all don't
hack into this
I was like, y'all
iPhone.
don't investigate no more. Y'all just got me guilty.
Damn.
They were like, for every lie, you're gonna do another 90 days. I was like, shit.
Oh, God.
Damn, man.
And I told him like 6 or 7 things. He kept on marking it in a book. He was like,
About at 810 days,
What?
They
homeboy.
swore they
yeah.
had you.
And he was like, we do months. And then also he was like, and we have a 98% conviction rating and blah, blah, blah. So he
Oh,
was
he
like,
running you from the
he was like,
beginning.
if you're in this folder, and he threw the folder on the table and it had a loud slam. It was like this thick. It was like, it's over for you, buddy boy. It slammed on the table and I was like, oh shit. I was like, show me.
Damn.
And then when they started showing me pictures, they were like, do you know him? No. Him? No. What about
This guy.
I was like,
Did they ever find the right guy?
yeah, they found him. The kid, so first of all, the kid was 5'6", 19 years old, and looks nothing like me. And they had the video pictures and everything. They showed me the picture of what was supposed to be me. I was like, which one is supposed to be me?
Yeah.
And they were like looking at the paper all weird, like, like, y'all motherfuckers is about to.
Somebody
come
on
on.
the line said they hit you with the C. No, you done fucked up, right?
They did, straight up.
Did you take 2 years off of music, or was it less than 2 years?
I took like a good 2 years off of music. I really just was like staying in, making beats, and being like, man, hey, bro, pull up to the studio session.
Nah.
I like kept the camera in front of my house, so like if I walked outside, people could know I was there, and if I ever got locked up on some bullshit again, I could show proof. So
Damn, man.
you know that shit fucked me up.
America is trash.
It is. The system is trash.
Dang. Do you feel like if you weren't the person that you were, like having the financial backing that you had or anything, it would have been done for you, a rap, if you were just a regular old kid?
Yeah, because and I want to shout out to T.I. T.I. hooked me up with his lawyer at the time.
Oh, he was in one of them pictures.
He was in the Birdman picture.
Yeah. Tip hooked me up with his lawyer. Thank you, sir. You are a good man. Although the lawyer thought I did it, he was like, if you did it, you could just tell me. I was like, I didn't do it. He was like, but if you did,
You can tell me.
you know. He was like, I'm going to get you out no matter what, but I'm pretty sure you did it. I was like,
Oh, man.
look, bruh, just get me the fuck out of jail.
So what would you say? Like, do you think, so like you said, you don't think if you were in that situation, if you didn't know T.I., it would have been a rap for you?
I could have I see how people get lost in the sauce because they knew I didn't do it 4 days of me being in there. And they kept me the extra days.
Trying to get you to confess or something?
Trying to get to see if I was a part somehow.
Mm.
So if I had known anybody in the situation for real,
Would have been dope.
I would have been in it.
So we talking about theft, right?
Yeah.
So you could have bet you didn't bail out?
They wouldn't let me bail out.
How much money was it?
They didn't have a bail for me. They didn't offer me anything.
So that means this had to be like a high amount.
When the FBI is involved, they feel like they got you. That's all.
God bless you for getting out of the situation.
Right.
I'm just thankful to God every day that I'm not in jail.
What would you say to like anyone that's going through that situation? Like, I don't know how they watching the podcast, but if they in prison, but you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe someone that went through it or just
No, don't tell. We gonna start getting letters from jail.
Right? No, they in libraries. They got their little computers and shit in libraries. But this is what I'll say. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to help. You can throw money into the situation. You can throw anything you want, but they feel like they got you and there's no proof that you weren't there. People could be in jail for 20 years, 25 years.
Better hit them knees and pray.
All they can do is pray to God.
Walk around on IG Live 24/7.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah, I was on my live.
You can go back and watch.
6 hours, 23 minutes ago when you was talking about where was I at.
We got
right here.
We got exactly 1 minute left for it's going to cut off too.
All right. Love everybody. Thank you guys. Shout out to Producergrind. Y'all real. And I'll see y'all on the 29th.
Yes, sir. Come check us out.
You dig?
All right.
Another dope episode, man. Signing up.
Salute.
All right.